Okay, today we're bringing you some old postage cards. They're all black and white. They're all unused except for one. One does have some writing on it, pretty much describing the person being there and stuff, and that they had stayed there and stuff. But other than that, the rest of them are all unused, and these are all black and white. Okay, some good old pictures. Look at that. Nice ships and everything here. The harbor on the quails. Try to get it here just right for you. And this is apparently the quails. This is actually Paris, I believe, on that one. They're all from different places. Look at that. To see that, and to see, you know, what they were, all on horses and everything. A few of the old buggies, look at that. This is before the time of all the cars, huh? Look at that, the wagon. You can see the wagon wheels and everything on the wagon. Horse and buggy days. Isn't that something, huh? Beautiful historical pictures here. All for you to view. Okay, these are just good old yard sale finds, and I just thought they'd be interesting to bring to you. Banquet fort. Look at that. Wow. To have all the bushes growing right on the building like that. I actually have two of those. Wow, this next one's very interesting. Look at that. You can see them all working. Sun coming right in. Ain't that something? Look how big. I mean, you can see how it just goes all inside there. How big that really is. How they dressed and everything. And I believe this is the same mill, just a different view. Okay, I happen to have two of those. Go with this one here. Kind of giving you the little island and stuff. How the boats come right into the harbor to unload and everything. Give you an idea of how the buildings look up in the mountains. Mostly where things were all done by hand, huh? Again, in this here, you can turn around and see it's the old buggy days, because you can see the wagon right here. And that's the logs. They brought the logs in. Probably pulling them right up from the riverbank. So that's how they used to cut the trees and sent them down the river. And they pulled them right up for the mill. It's nice just to look at some of the old pictures, you know, take you back in time. You know, a lot of us at our age and stuff like that, we can remember the stories being told. So this helps to put the story and give you a view of how things may have been back then. Okay, that one's got a little piece missing to it. Look at that. Isn't that neat? It's always nice to look at old pictures. Ever sometimes just sit down and go through the old albums and look at the old pictures and stuff. Look at that, just going down the river. Look at the way he's dressed and everything. A lot of these were there because they needed the logs to go on either side when they were sending them downriver to go to the mills. Look at the architect of this. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I always enjoy looking at the old buildings. I don't know why, but I just do. Just seems like there's a lot of history there, and they took the time, and then you know, back then it wasn't with machinery, it was people who done it. All with their hands, and you always look at a building like that, that's old like that, and wonder how many people did it take and how long did it take. You know, because this wasn't done with machines. This is all man labor. So there's a lot to looking at historical buildings like that. There's a lot of thought. Love it. There's a lot there. Try to get it in there so you can see all of it. Look at that. You can see the age. And then this is an old picture to top it off, you know? So you can, you know, there's a lot there. Very old looking, even though it's black and white. That probably helps to make it look old too. But it's just, you know, this is old architectural building. This history. Makes you wonder now if those buildings and everything are still there. Any of you know whether they are or not? Hey, leave us a comment. The rest of us want to know. Look at this. This is unreal. Look at that. I might need to back this one up a little bit more. Oops, not in. A little bit more back. Just so you can see the whole picture. Look at that. Egyptian kind of look, you know? Look how they're dressed, the uniforms. And how they're all dressed there with their shoes or boots, whatever you want to call them. Unreal. And right here it says 1918 copyright. This is 1918. This is an old one. I think they're pretty much all around that area anyhow, but at least that one has a date. You know, some of the other ones didn't. Wow. 97 years old. Wow. Nice to have that, huh? All right, here's another 1918 old postcards. Check that out. Look how they're dressed. Look at the flags. That's a lot there to look at. Wow. Looks like a priest right there. What a postcard, huh? Wow. Nice. Okay, some more of these here. The beautiful architect. How they all dressed with their hats and everything. Gentlemen went dressed as a gentleman when they went to town, and the ladies all had their hats. It's all from the early 1900s here. It's a good way to look back, huh? Oh, and this next one's a glory one. I mean, it's probably the inside of that building right there. I mean, look at the architect. To be able to do all that fanciness, to design them and to have them both the same, you know, on both sides. Whew. When you're doing it by hand, you know, not machinery and a piece brought in, you know. Just put the puzzles together tight. This is all by hand. Very nice. A lot of work. Look at the inside of this. Wow. Oh, I would love to see the walls for real in person like that. Every now and then we go into an old theater and you can see the ceilings, you know, and they got a painted picture up there. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at that. The way the table is and the way it's set. Beautiful. Alright, I hope you enjoy my bringing these to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. And if you wish, you may always fan find me. That's that little eye on the upper right hand corner. So I can go to yard sales, find some more of these great finds, and bring them right to you in video form. Okay? Bye-bye now.